Hey, good morning. I got to thinking about practical polygamy and how that applies to today. You know, most people today practice polygamy and they just don't know it. And the reason for that is because uh, the word isn't, I guess, used accurately, or you think of cult leaders like Warren Jeffs, but in practice, people are in polygamy, and there's a few different ways that actual intentional polygamists live. They either have, well, obviously, generally they have multiple wives, and then they'll either house their wives all in one house, or they'll have separate households. And you see it both ways. I don't really know which one's better. I guess me personally, I prefer everybody in one house, so it's like a family. But I've talked to Muslims, and one Muslim in particular, he did not. He doesn't condemn the Quran or anything like that. He upholds it, I guess. But he personally didn't want to practice polygamy because in Islam, you are required as a man to treat your wives equally. And this gentleman's mother was the first wife, and they had been married for quite some time. And he took a new younger wife, which is kind of usually the case. And he was a good Muslim, and he treated them equally. Well, his mother was very hurt by this because she felt she had more time and energy and input into the relationship and the family, and she felt that she should have a better standing or more or whatever. And the man, being a good Muslim, was going to treat them equally. Well, that hurt his mother, and for that reason, he did not want to practice polygamy, at least right now, as a young man. So anyways, what does this have to do with today's practical polygamy? If a man today, married or unmarried, has more than one baby mama, he is a polygamist. And you might say, oh, he's not married to him. It doesn't matter. If you have more than one baby mama, you are a polygamist. And just like modern Muslims today, some of them house their wives all in one house. Some of them house them in separate houses. Mormons today do the same thing. Some of them house them all in one house. Some of them are in all separate houses. So, if you are a man and you have more than one baby mama, married or unmarried, you are a polygamist. More than likely, you are paying child support. So you are supporting more than one household. So you, in practice, are a polygamist. And you might say, yeah, but I'm only having sex with one woman. If you ask a lot of married men, especially if they've been married for a long time, not a lot of them are having sex either. So that's really not a criteria for whether or not you're a polygamist or not. If you have more than one baby mama, and you have them in more than one house, in other words, they have their own household they're living in, and you are paying them money, and alimony, child support, whatever, it doesn't matter, you are a polygamist in practice. A lot of guys don't even really think about that. I know somebody personally who has 3 baby mamas, and I talk about polygamy, and he always laughs at me for being crazy about teaching polygamy. And I'm like, dude, you are a modern day practicing polygamist. Like, why are you condemning me? I'm talking about doing things honorably and respectfully, and being an honorable man. You're out there just screwing women, getting them pregnant, they're having babies, and then they don't stay with you, or you treat them like shit or whatever, and you move on to the next one. And so that covers the man. If you have more than one baby mama, you are a polygamist. You're a shitty one, but you are a polygamist. Ladies, if there's any ladies listening, I have something for you. If you are getting together with a man that has a baby mama, you are accepting the polygamy lifestyle. If you think that you're going to have that man all to yourself, you are really stupid. If he has another baby mama, ladies, you are going to share him with another woman the rest of your life. Children are like super glue. You can hate the man can hate the woman, it does not matter. If you have children together, you will be making decisions, financial decisions, health decisions. You will be getting together at events, graduations and whatever, birthdays, holidays, whatever. You will be interacting with that man's baby mama. Again, I'm talking to the ladies. You are going to share another man. I hear women say all the time, I would never share a man with another woman. A lot of you already are. Sorry, you are. Now, if people taught biblical polygyny, and accepted the fact that women will share men, they will. If you married a man that has a baby mama, you are willing to share another man. That's a fact. Oh, but he's not having sex with her. It doesn't matter. You are sharing a man with another woman. She is going to influence things that you do. You are going to be interacting with that man's other baby mama. That is polygamy. So my suggestion always is just, why don't you do things right in the first place? Just do things the right way. Accept the fact that many men today have multiple baby mamas. They do. Whether you call it divorce and remarriage or whatever, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You will interact with that other woman the rest of your life. So, ladies, your fantasy of having that man all to yourself, it is just a fantasy. You are sharing that man. You might as well take it one step further. Might as well just share him all the way, because you are sharing him. So, that's kind of my main points, is polygamy is practiced today. It's just semantics. It's word games. But the bottom line is women share guys all the time. They say they won't. They do. They do. And really, since we've had no-fault divorces, I don't know, this is the United States. In the beginning of this country, women had very little rights, property rights, none of that stuff. In fact, women, it was extremely difficult for a woman to divorce a man, almost impossible. And if a woman did leave a man, the children were the men's. I don't know if you're aware of that. The children were the men's. So much has changed since this country's been founded. Women couldn't vote. And if you look today how emotional women are, you look at homosexuality, most of it's supported by women. It is what it is. So, no-fault divorces came to play it didn't hit every state at once. It was in the 70s and 80s. And you can look at a divorce chart, and divorces skyrocketed after that. And it's a fact. It varies by race, and it varies by state. But if you average it all out, it's literally just a hair under 70% of all divorces are initiated by women. So that's not cool. And it just goes to show you, we have financially incentivized divorce. It favors women. Who gets the children? In most cases, it's the woman. Who gets alimony? You see women marrying a guy for a year, rich guy, and divorcing him, and then having to pay alimony. Child support. Men go to jail now, and they say, "Oh, women do too." It's so out of proportion it ain't even funny. Men go to jail for not paying child support, and we think that's a good thing. That is the only debt that you can go to prison for or jail for. That's called debtor's prison. It's the only debt. So Welfare. We have women on welfare. They have a child by a guy or a child by a couple different guys, and they collect child support from these guys with the force of law, threatening jail if they don't pay. And then so these women collect child support, and then they live on welfare. They got it made. They spread their legs once or twice. They live. They have no worries. They sit around getting fat and watching TV and collecting child support and collecting the welfare. And we have incentivized divorce. Or just not even getting married. I mean, the divorce rate's on the way down. It's because people aren't even getting married anymore. Like blacks, I don't know all the statistics. I know the ones for blacks because it's really extreme. Over 70% of all black babies are born out of wedlock. Over 70%. And, that's horrible. Yeah, I don't know what it is for the other races. This isn't meant to be a racist comment. It's just that one was extremely disproportionate, and that's the one I remember. But that's the thing. And so we have women are ruining marriages. They're ruining relationships. Women today are destructive, and they're being financially incentivized to destroy their own lives. And how this applies to polygamy is, again, in practice, there's polygamy all over the place. Like I said, if you have more than one baby mama, congratulations, you're a polygamist. And ladies, if you marry a guy or you are hooking up with a guy that has a baby mama, you are a polygamist. I don't know what else to say. Ladies, quit ruining relationships. Your fantasy idea of what a perfect man is skewed and flawed. What you're really looking for is another woman. You might as well admit you're a lesbian and just go find a female, because that's the way it is. And biblically, women are supposed to be in subjection. Men are supposed to rule over them. I know atheists just go ape shit over this, and it's misogynistic and blah blah blah. But in practice, women are menopausal. They're hormonal, PMS. They overcompensate when dealing with men. These are all facts. They're just facts. So, make America great again? Really? If this is a great nation, if we were founded by really smart people, then let's go back to what they said. Only free white men could vote if they own property. So let's modify that for modern times. Let's have only people that don't collect any kind of government subsidy, welfare or anything like that, healthcare. And if you have any government subsidies, in my opinion, you shouldn't be able to vote. You want women to vote? Fine, but that's the standard. If you collect any welfare or anything, can't vote. Bernie Sanders wouldn't have a platform because he has nothing to offer at that point. It just eliminates all the politics of offering free shit to buy votes. So that's my 2 cents. This was mainly just a practical polygamy video today, very short. It's going to end up being less than 15 minutes. So, yes, ladies, if your man has another baby mama, you are a polygamist and you admitted you are willing to share a man.